Hi everyone, my name is Harley. Welcome to TransByDef. This week's topic is stealth dating. I probably did this video a bunch of times because it's very difficult to talk about this. This was a topic I chose because, first of all, I'll tell you why, but first of all, stealth dating is, well, stealth is when a transgender goes under the radar and doesn't tell their job, doesn't tell their friends that they're, transgender, so nobody knows. Or nobody is disclosed. However, with stealth dating, it's a little bit narrow to the point of the people that you date. You don't tell them that you're a transgender, or even it can even go to another level where sex, having sex with a partner, and you don't tell them that you're a transsexual post-op. That is another level of it. So that's kind of what we're talking about, and it's a difficult topic because there are a lot of opinions on it. There are opinions that agree with disclosing, and there's opinions that not agreeing to disclosing. And I'm going to kind of jump into there's three aspects I see, which is more of telling them in the beginning, telling them in the middle of dating, and not telling them really. The thing is, let's start with not telling them, or let's start with the middle. I like to do that one, where it's almost like a Cinderella story. It's you go out, like for example, if I went out on a few dates, don't tell someone I'm transgender, and then right before it goes into a relationship or right before it gets physical, I tell them, hey, I'm transgender. But they got to know me, they got to like me, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, that's fine, and then they go on. That's an interesting thing. I've actually asked a friend of mine if he fell in love with someone and then they told him that they were transgender, would you still go with them? And he's like, yeah, if I fell in love with them. And then I said, but what if they told you, before you dated? And he's like, I probably wouldn't go out with her. And I said, yeah, and that's one case that can happen, and that's one case, one type of cases. That's something that can happen. So, that's an argument, like, yeah, I don't want to give that up. Right. So that's an interesting argument, and that's kind of good. I kind of do the same thing, but I play it by ear on that sense. However, I mostly tell in the beginning, because I want to avoid wasting my time. That time where I waste my time, I kind of avoid say I get up to him and tell him, and they're like, no way. I just wasted all my time, and I don't want to do that, Also, some people are not open-minded about the whole thing, so for those people, I feel that disclosing it is a must, because there are just some people that are not ready for transgenders, and some people are even violent because they're either homophobic, they don't want to be known as gay or something like that, and so what ends up happening is when you tell them, the curtain lifts and they no longer see me as a girl, they see me as a guy. And what does guys do to other guys when they get upset? They get angry, they sometimes resort to violence, whereas a guy treating a girl or something like that. Like I've had that happen to me where transitioning is switching into the role. It's like guys treat me different. Like they have a sweeter voice, they have a smile that you see, and they're more gentle to you. And it's interesting. It's like I've never seen that happen, but for some people, once that curtain lifts, they don't no longer see you as a girl, they see you as a guy, which is pretty bad because they're not open for it. That I want to avoid because there are some violent issues that can happen, and I don't want to get into that, violence right there. So the other aspect is sex. Sex is another even bigger issue because it's like, if you're a post-op transsexual and then you have sex with someone, don't tell them that. How does that affect the person when they find out? It's like, yeah, you can go on without telling them and they would just never know. That's one way of doing it, but is that really, I mean, a good question is that right to do? You know, is that, you know, being transgender, you know you're transgender, you know someone has, some people have issues with that. Now, is it, should we, you know, these are all interesting questions. Should we have to disclose that? That's an interesting question, though, but my opinion about it is the fact that because it matters to some people, I should tell them. You know, it's just courtesy. I don't want some people, and I know it's gonna sound wrong me saying this, but for some of those people, it can be damaging to them. And I know that sounds kind of whack because it's like, well, why do I care about those people if they don't care about me? It's like, I'm the type of person that is courteous to everyone, including my enemies. Um, but because what I'm saying by damaging is, say if they're homophobic, and then, or their beliefs are very strong to not being gay, and then they find out you're transsexual, and then they find out that you had sex with them, and then it's like, you know, like a lot of things, you know, a breakdown can happen, and it's like, it's something I don't want to put anyone in, and it's really interesting because, you know, it's almost like people like get afraid, and they're afraid of themselves, they're afraid of what just happened. It's like, it's a psychological thing, and I don't want to put someone into that position where they break down, they might commit suicide, because they're afraid that the world will find out, or they're afraid that the world would view them as gay and they could never come back from it, or something like that. I don't want to put someone in that position, so I usually disclose early, and this way it's just like, you know, for those people that are okay and ready for me, they're fine with it, you know, and I'm fine with it. Anyways, that's for Cadence. So, anyways, let me know what you think about it. It's a very difficult topic. I know this is kind of a heated up topic, but I'm curious what everyone else thinks about it. But let me know. Bye.